I've been feeling a little worse and a little weaker as the week's gone on, but I want to try to get this for you, show you. So let me see if I can get this to zoom in good and focus. So everyone has this playing board, and you have this little flag that denotes your size of your fort, and then everyone has a victory track token. So you have a shovel, glue, skateboard, and a water gun, and that's like your 4 basic resources, or suits of cards, I guess you'd say. And that kind of corresponds to, for instance, on the back of this one, you see your 2 best friends. Everybody will have one that gives you the chance to increase your fort level. See, Fort Plus. And they have the glue. And then everybody has one best friend that has a wild card coin. And so everyone will start at level 0. I will play 4-player to give you an idea of how it works. And I will play as though I am the glue gang. And let's see who will be first player. See if I can get just one of these to drop. Alright, so looks like first player is over here, the skateboarders. Alright. Finish getting this set up real quick. That means I will be second player. This will be the last player, and when the game ends, when the end game is triggered, either by somebody building max level fort and taking this card, or this deck of cards that will be here for potential friends to make, when it's emptied, even if there's cards out here, as soon as this is emptied, or when somebody reaches or passes 25, that will signal to finish the round. So we have toys, pizzas. We're going to mix these up. These are special in-game rules that can score you points where you break the rules in some way. And there's 4 players, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just set those there. I'm not even going to look at those yet. And then these are perks. Some of these will give you ongoing effects, and some of them will give you a stronger one-time use effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go ahead and look at these. So we have recycling. You can trash this card to take a card from your discard and put it in hand. That way you can increase your hand size, or if you need to take a specific action. On your turn, when you use, that is putting stuff in your personal stash, your backpack. Then you may take it from the shared supply instead of your own stuff. Oh, that's nice. I think I had both these last time pop up. On your turn, instead of playing a card, you may trash this card to do the build action at one more. This will cost you 1 more resource, but it prevents other people from following your action. When following, you may discard up to 2 cards instead of just 1 using the matching suits. And then roughhousing. Instead of following a rival's action, and after all rivals have followed or chosen not to, you may trash this card to trash the leader's played card. Wow. So you can, if they've got a really powerful card you don't want them to have, you can get rid of that. Trashing is removing it from the game, sending it back to the box. So we're going to do standard game. Now in the advanced game, everybody would get their 2 starting best friends, just like this. And then you deal out 8. And then you would do a draft. So you would look at your cards, figure out which one you like. You keep it. It can never re-enter the potential pass cards. Once you pick one, you must keep it. Pass. And everyone drafts until they have 8 cards. This will be your deck. Your starting deck. These 8 plus these 2, your best friends. So I'm going to shuffle all these up. And then we'll get started. We have kids that show up at the park wanting to play. one more than the number of players, just like the other cards. This would be my starting hand. You have water guns, books, glue, and skateboards. So I've got a variety. This would be really good if I was going fourth, but we'll see how it goes second. So let me just show you like an example of how this would work. This person actually had a pretty good hand, but they are going to play this card. Now this action up here, anyone can do it. This one here with the little smiley face and the one person, that means that only you can do it. But everyone can follow this if they have glue. So by playing this, they're saying I'm going to use this or this, maybe both. You must do one of the actions completely, finish it, and then choose the other action if you want to do all or part of it. I know that's a little confusing, but they have this here. They actually have Icky and Sticky, and they have no special ability, but one card counts as 2 glue. So they're going to get toys. They're going to take toys into their supply times the number of glue, 1, 2, 3. So this is what they're playing. They will simply take 1, 2, 3, and right here, there's the hand symbol. Let me see if I can show you that. Right there's the hand symbol, so you take it right into your stuff. 1, 2, 3. And that would be their first turn. And then you go around the table. Well, let me see. I have glue. Yeah, I don't have the resources to upgrade my fort right now. So why not follow? Since I have glue, I have glue. I have 1 glue. You can only play 1 card by the normal rule. If you remember, we had one up here that said when following, you may discard 2 cards. That's why some of these are so powerful, because you can follow with a 2 power with 1 card. So you can only use 1 card. I have 1 glue, so I just look at this top action. I'm going to take a toy for the glue. Now, let's see if this person would want to do that. Sure, why not? They've got a similar card to me in their hand. So they will take a toy, and then this player, yep, this symbol here, if you notice, it has the backpack. That's right here. This you can only store 1 plus more than your fort level. Right now your fort's at a 0, so you could store 1. So that's not going to do them a lot of good, because you have to take it from here. Like this is your team, your gang, your fort's stuff, and you're putting it in your personal backpack. So they are going to play that to follow also. And that is that action taken care of. So everyone that played a card will just discard it. It was played. Boom. Now they may choose to do this action. Now this one says if you get rid of a toy, you'll get 1 victory point. And you can do that as many times as you have glue. Well, 1, 2, 3. So they're going to go ahead and just get rid of those toys to acquire, and that's the pink skateboarders. 1, 2, 3. So they took off to a quick lead. Now these cards were played. Now you look at the rest of your hand. Now this is one of your best friends. They can never betray you and go to up here where somebody else could recruit them. So they go to your discard. But then the other cards you did not play would go here. Okay, and I am doing something a little bit out of order. I'm sorry. You're supposed to discard your yard, then you play a card, then you can recruit, then you discard. So this person doesn't have any other people there to recruit, so they must recruit from here or blind. And this one, if you can get this going, this might be pretty good. So they're going to take this one, put it in the discard, then their leftover cards would go here. Now they draw 5. And it goes to my turn. I only have 4 cards because I followed. So you have to determine when it's good to follow and when it's not. And what kind of actions you can get. Well, looks like I'm going to do this. And I'm kind of glad this came up, because this is an awkward situation. This card here is for each book. You'll take a pizza for each book. But then your private action is for each skateboard you can take. So when you play cards to follow, this one you can actually play. This has a benefit, so you can play it. If this did nothing extra or prevented me from, like if it, for instance, let's say I only had one spot open, I could not play cards that makes me take more items than I can hold. You must be able to do it completely. So if the card is useless, you cannot use it to follow just to keep it in your inventory. But this one goes, it goes to here, so I can actually play it, which is pretty cool. So instead of taking another turn later, I can do it right now. So for each book, I will take pizza. Well, let's put some pizza in our fort. We've got to have cool toys and pizza to attract those kids, right? And then we'll see if this person wants to follow. Yeah, why not? They will use this wild to go ahead and take a pizza. And then this person here will do the same. This is a pretty cool card. It does not have a follow ability. It has a personal ability where you, this frowny face is like an opponent. You look at their backpack and then you take from the table everything to match their backpack. It's kind of cool. But they're going to follow and take a pizza. And then this first player, let's see, it was books. They happen to have a book, but they want to use that. So I think they're going to use their wild and follow and take a pizza. Now I may take pizza based on the number of skateboards. Well, I only have one. But that's my personal. But that gives me another card played, so that I'm only getting rid of one. So no, I'm supposed to fill this immediately. So now I get to look, do I want to take one of these cards or do I want to take one up here? Well, I know I have this here that's pretty good at getting pizza. And then I've got this. That's another one of those weird ones with the double. But do I want to? I know they're a skateboard gang. They're going to want a bunch of skateboards, water guns. I don't know if any of these are really what I want, but this will get me some quick victory points if I want it. So let's take that one and then put this here. There we go. And now it's this player's turn. So this is pretty interesting. You get to recruit a card and then take a toy for each water gun. That's pretty powerful. And both those cards happen to be the same. But all the cards they had left in their hand were the water gun. They didn't really want to do a fort level right now because this looked like too good of an opportunity to get some cards. So they may recruit 3 cards and then take a, well, let's go ahead and take this water gun. So they'll recruit and then take a toy. That's one. This will get filled automatically. And they're going to go ahead and take this, the double. Why not? Keep somebody else from getting it. And then there's another build a fort. That's not bad. But I think they want to go for this to try and tuck cards. And we'll get to that later. But they needed one of those. So 3. And so they get to do that. Then they get to do that. This person here is going to follow. So they get to recruit 1 card. And let's see. Let's just, copy someone's backpack later. Might be pretty powerful. So they'll do that, and then they will take a toy. This player is also going to follow because that is just too good of a deal. And look, they have 2 water guns. So they get to recruit twice and take 2 toys. So let's see what they want to do. Take this water gun. And then let's just go ahead and take that. Looks pretty good. This deck is running out pretty quick. And then we are going to use our best friend Flipper with the wild to also follow. And we don't have any good cards for tucking cards. Points for backpack. Don't have backpack right now, but we can take stuff for glue. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Why not? Maybe we should have taken one blind. Don't know, but we will take a toy. They played all of their cards, so they won't have any out here. But it is before the end of their turn they get to recruit again because they're into the recruit stage. They'll just take this, and then this will be their new hand. Check the cards in their hand, and I think this person's going to do a mean play. They can swap pizza for toys by the number of crowns they play, but then this right here is pretty nasty. So they can do all of this or skip it, and they don't really need to do it. So the actual action they're going to take is this right here. They can destroy somebody else's card that's up here. They're going to destroy this one. They don't want them getting lots of points building up their fort. Now, this person could follow, no, this person could not follow. I could follow, but I don't really see a card that I want to. I'm not going to be mean like that. I don't want to do that. I don't need to, well, you can't follow that, but I don't need to follow that. But this person will. They're going to use a crown. And they're going to swap out one toy for one pizza, just to be a little more rounded. And then this card will go, oh, they get to draft. They're going to draft this card from this person and then put this out here. So they were really mean to this person. They really attacked them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. You see this card into a tree. That's going to tuck a card into your lookout. So they will take a card and tuck it right here under the tree, under the lookout. And they decided on the water gun. Now this card will remain there for the rest of the game, but now they get a free water gun that they can use anytime they play water gun cards. Maybe not the best choice, but they also get to take an item, put it into their backpack. Then they're going to score victory points based on how many cards they have here. Well, it's just one, but still, that's a victory point. Now, everyone's going to see if they can follow. We can't follow, and they cannot follow, and they have decided they are going to follow. They're going to play their wild. They wanted to get that wild down here, but they didn't have a way to get cards in there. So we're going to use that to place this glue right there. And then they get to put an item into their backpack. Let's go ahead and take this. This can be pretty good because no one can follow it. They get to, and then this would go here. They need to draw 5. They don't have 5. They don't have any. So now they shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's back to us. We fill up the friends out at the park. We clean up our card. And we're going to put something in our backpack by the number of skateboards. So we'll put a pizza in there. Remember, we're at level 0, and you always have your fort level plus 1. And then we will score victory points based on everything we have in our backpack, so we are up to 1. This player has decided to not follow. This player cannot. This player wants to follow with the skateboard, but they can't put anything else into their backpack just yet, so they can't follow either. So that would be our turn done. So let's discard that. Now we must recruit. And do we see anything up here we really want? I think we want to get another card that will... Ooh, this will help us build cards. Yeah. Build our lookout, and then the rest of these will go here. That is unfortunate. We really want to get that done. That is right. We don't want this right now, my fault. We want to build our fort. So I will take that back. And everybody does have one card that lets you build a fort, but you know, sometimes it's good to have 2. Now we need to shuffle. This person has decided to tuck a card, so they will tuck one of their skateboards, and they will put something into their backpack. So let's do that. Then they will score 1 victory point for that person in their lookout. See if anyone else will follow. Well, they would like to follow, but they don't have the cards or the space. They can't follow because their fort level is not high enough. Remember, everything like this is always +1 more than your fort level. They're at level 0. They would like to, but we now have the ability. We're going to play a book so that we may tuck, and we're going to tuck our best friend Flipper, who is a wild card. We'll lose that easy ability of, this is just take any 2 resources of your choice, and this is, you can destroy a card if you want. So if your deck is getting too thick and you don't like some of the cards, but we're going to do that. So that ended up being excellent for us. They will discard, and they are going to snag this card, of course, because you can get victory points based on your fort level once you get your fort built up. They will put those out there. And that's a good card too. Victory points based on your lookout level. And that's just a secondary action, so you can just do that every time. And we just keep going. The next player has decided to play Rusty to upgrade their fort. Now they could upgrade that, except they only have the resources to build 1 level, which means this card would be unused. They would not be able to build 2 levels, so they cannot play this to buff that. So they will spend, if you notice, it's clear. It's not colored in, so this would be, for instance, 1 pizza, 1 toy, and 1 of anything else, or of your choice. This is 2 of your choice. So they're just going to take these 2 resources and upgrade their fort. So now they can hold more in their backpack. They can have more lookouts because their fort's bigger. They earn some victory points at the end of the game, and they have this little scroll. So let's see what that is. Here in the back of the book, you have the made-up rules, and it tells you the different cards. So someone will give you points if you have pizza stored at the end of the game, or toys. Some of them, you get extra points for upgrading your fort, or not. Here's one, if your fort is exactly level 2, you'll get 8 extra points, because you're missing out on all those other points. Score 1 point for each different suit you have, minus the coin. And if you have all 6 suits, you score an extra point. So these are just random every game. And so what I'm going to do is, since we're not playing that character, I'm going to mix these up. These are 5. And we're just going to give them 1. At the end of the game, they will get some sort of bonus points. I know I'm not playing optimally for them, but that way I'm not purposely not taking actions to prevent people from getting points and stuff. So I was supposed to discard this. This is played. And now they must recruit. There is a wild and a crown. They are so glad that nobody took Puddin'. These are just kids' nicknames. It's really cute. They will recruit them into a friend. And now they need to draw. They cannot. The pink player here has a great turn. They're excited to try this. This is awesome. You can build your fort, level up 1, and then you score 2 victory points. So increase fort, and if you do, then you get 2 victory points. That's pretty awesome. Well, they have the 2 resources, so they get to increase. They will just take this one, and then they can tuck a card under their tree. Well, they happen to have one of their best friends here, Zip. So they will, if I can get that under there, sorry. Because they increased their fort level to 1, so now they can have 1 + 1. Now, we would love to follow and get that increase and get those 2 points, but we do not have a shovel or a wild. They do not have the ability to do that, even though they have resources, and they would love to. And they do have a shovel, but they have no resource. They don't have enough resources. So that was an awesome, awesome time to play that card. Now they must recruit. Let's see. They like the idea of more shovels and more. Oh, another card to tuck lookouts, and they have some good cards available there. We are going to take some pizza based on the number of skateboards, so that's 2. Oop. Just throwing it around. They would like to follow, but they can't. They are going to follow by playing a wild, so they will take a pizza. And they would like to follow, but they are unable to as well. Then we can trash up to 2 based on the number of skateboards we played. So those 2 pizzas we got, we just had a pizza party and ate them all up. But that will gain us 2 victory points. Then we will draft Puddin' and put Chef up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green player. Now, if you notice, this does not have times number of glue. So even though they have another glue card, there's no need to play it because you cannot increase this. But they are one resource short from doing both these. So let me show you. They will discard these friends into their discard pile. They're going to play this. They're going to increase their fort level. It takes 2 random. So they'll just do 1 of each. And increase their fort level. And then they'll take a random victory point card. And if they had, see, this takes 1 of each and 1 of anything. And this says +1. So if they had 1 more resource, they could increase that another level. Oh, that was almost amazing. They would like to follow, but they don't have the resources. They're short. They would like to follow, but they don't have the resources. And we will follow. So we will spend 1 of each and increase our fort level. And so let's look at the 2 cards that are left. See if I can get this to focus in real quick. So we have Slime Lab. At the end of the game, score 1 victory point per book you have. Count everything, including lookout. That is not bad at all. And at the end of the game, score 1 point per card in your lookout. Now I know I've already got 2 or 3. Yeah, there's 3 right there. So, oh my goodness. We will take that. Don't tell the other players what card we have, because that was too good. And now their turn is done. They must recruit. There's a victory point card right here. Now these are pretty cool. So for 1 turn, you can get victory points based on the number of shovels you have showing. And then it says then. See that destroy with the loot circle arrow? That means destroy this card. So it's a 1-time. If you do that, that's a 1-time. That could be a big jump of points. And then the rest of their hand will go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to fill up the offer with another ghost. And now it's yellow player. Now, they are going to put items in their backpack based on the number of glue. So, if you notice, they have a glue here and a glue here. They could add this to it to do 2, but they only have 1 resource there anyway. They can only hold 2, so they're not going to activate this. You do not lose this. It's just, do you want to use it or not? The lookouts are really powerful in that way. So, they will put that into the backpack. But now they will score 2 victory points. So, yellow is now on the board. They cannot follow. We will follow. So we will place, let's just go ahead and put a toy in there now that we've increased our fort level. There we go. And this player will not follow. And they are done. Now they must recruit a card. They like the idea of taking these victory points from them, because they already have 2 people in their lookout. So let's just take that from them. and put these up there. That's a bunch of good cards up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly 5. Onto the reddish pink player. They're going to use that card I was showing earlier. So they're going to follow with this. So, first off, they will take a toy for every water gun. Well, they have 1, 2, 3, and they have a water gun here in their lookout. So they can get 4 because they have 4 slots available. They're able to do that. Then they will get victory points based on the number of water guns shown. Then they must trash this card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, trash the card. 4 victory points. Not bad. But everyone else gets a chance to follow. Now we will follow. Water gun. We'll just go ahead and take a toy. And they chose not to, and they will follow and take a toy. This gets discarded. Now they must recruit. What do they see that they want? Oh, I'm sorry. This is a best friend. They always go to the discard. You can't lose a best friend. But they do like the idea. This person's been attacking them a lot, so let's go ahead and steal their moles, their 2 shovels, and then put these. Blades must go to the discard. Now they need to shuffle. So we will increase our fort level. Well, we will pay 1, 2, and let's pay, I think we've been able to get pizza pretty easily, seems like. And increase our fort level. And we'll talk about this right here in just a moment. But then this right here, I get to copy somebody's backpack and put it into my, well, let's see. This person over here has 2 stuff. So let's do that. Now, if you notice, had to pay 1 of each and then 1 of anything else to get to that level. And then there's a little trophy symbol. So now we get to take 1 of these perks. Now I think all of these are pretty good situationally, but I really like this one. So anytime I play a card to put stuff into my backpack, instead of coming from my regular stuff, I just get it from here at the general supply. I think that's going to be pretty good. There we go. So we will see this person here would also like to follow. Now, let me make sure I explain this well. You must completely, fully do 1 of the actions, top or bottom. Then you may partially or fully do the other one or skip it. You don't even have to do the main action. Then people may follow. So he would still have these in his inventory because he follows after I'm completely done with the card. And right here, you may follow by discarding the card with multiple suits, as long as at least 1 suit matches. So they will use their double. Where did I put it? Yeah. Their double book to follow, and they will spend 1, 2, 3 resources. And they will also increase theirs. Now they, let's see, they are going to, I think they will take the recycling. Now this person is going to use a wild, and they will follow and spend all of their resources. And they're just going to take the copycat. Lets them use 2 cards if they want. And then this player would like to follow, but they have no pizza. They need at least 1 pizza. They can't follow. And so that would be our turn. This will go to the yard. Unfortunately, victory points are up there for someone to grab. And the reason this player did not want to follow the water gun earlier is because they have that combo again. So they will get to recruit and get a toy for every water gun. And they have 3 water guns. So they're going to recruit Ghost and take a toy. Oop, got it upside down. And let's see here. they might need a way to get some pizza. So let's do that and take a toy. And, ooh, that's pretty good. And take a toy. And then the bottom action is take a toy. This player is going to play their wild to take a toy and recruit a card, and they will take this one. This person would like to follow, but they're full. They can't take any more toys, so they cannot recruit a card without. They must be able to fully do the action to follow, so and they can't. And then we will follow. So let's see, we're about to run out of a deck pretty quick, and I think this is not bad right here. Let's take Scout and then take a toy. And that is their turn. Now they must recruit. Well, they're going to take the ant from me because that is victory points. And they need to shuffle. This player has been following a lot and they don't really have a great turn. So they will put an item into their backpack based on the number of skateboards. But then they get to copy somebody else's backpack into their stuff. And looking around the table, it's just, it doesn't matter whose. So there we go. That's all they could really do. Now, this player would like to follow, but I think they're going to not. Yeah. Yep, because they don't have that great of a hand. But we will follow. We will use, remember, as long as one of the actions matches, and that is a wild, so we will make it a skateboard, and we will just put one of those into, let's see. Let's put the pizza, I guess, into the, there we go. And they will follow also. I know they could get 2 items here, but they have a different plan for later on. And so this gets discarded. They will try to get more cards. They'll still Sarge. They want to try to get more cards down here. And so they need to shuffle. These are the 6 card suits in the game. Skateboard, shovel, glue, squirt gun, crown, book, and then that's wild. So I'm going to use these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you say, why? Because I want to do this random. So I will roll a die. And I got a 4, so it's going to be squirt gun. This player cannot increase this card, but they must claim a suit when they play the card. So this will go to the discard. This will be played, and they will call squirt gun. And they will take 2 resources. Then they could destroy a card in their hand or their discard if they wanted, and I don't think they do. They have a bunch of doubles and some victory points. Now, we are unable to follow, but this player will follow with the squirt gun. And they will take 2 items of their choice. Well, they're going to take 2 pizza. That's what they're kind of low on. And then this player will follow, and they will take 2 items. And they had a similar card, but now they get to do this when it's not their turn. And that is this player's turn. They must draft a card. Let's see. They will take this. Only 2 cards there left. And these will go up here. And they need to shuffle, and it's our turn. And it's kind of interesting that after this person and some other people have kind of picked on this person, they only have 9 cards. Yeah, 10 cards in their deck. So my turn. We will play Chief again. So we will get pizza based on the number of books, and then take pizza based on the number of skateboards. Now, I can play this as either a book or a pizza. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, and 0. Either way, it's 3. So let's take. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not believe that you can play this as both symbols in one turn. Now, this player is not going to be able to follow. This player here is they're going to follow with the wild to just go ahead and take a pizza so that they do something else on their turn, and they will also follow instead of taking 2 because they want to do something else on their turn. They'll just take 1, and that is my turn. And let's see, what do I want to? I really like this one if I can get it played before the game is over, but I doubt it will be. Getting points for increasing your fort level. I really doubt it's going to happen because I really need to increase the fort earlier than that recycling through my deck. And so thinking of that, I think I'm going to change this. I don't want to take that. I don't think it's going to come around in time. So why not take a book? That's smart. I know I'm going to get a point for that at the end of the game, but that will speed up the end of the game just a little bit. They are going to put a card in lookout based on the number of shovels. Well, they're just going to do 1 because they're going to put the other shovel up under there. There we go. Then they get to increase their fort level. So they need 1, 2 pizzas, 1, 2 toys, and then 1 of anything else. So they will increase their fort level. They've really got some points there. Now, this player would like to follow, but they're going to guarantee another turn, and they want to play their card to do it instead for points. This player will follow, and I think they're going to put one of their glues under here. Oh, that's right, they can't. They can't follow because they have not increased their fort level yet. And while we would like to follow, we do have the fort level. We do not have a shovel to follow. Now, did they get, yes, they got their, so they're the only one that has not got that advanced card or their perk. This will go here, and they need to draft a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since they have increased their fort level up so high, and they feel like they're doing pretty, even though they're back here in points, they're going to go ahead and they're just going to take, let's just take a double skateboard. Boom. This is empty. It does not matter that there's cards out here. This is empty. That means this is the last round. We go around the table. Everybody gets equal turns, first player. So this will be the last turn. So they will put a card in lookout. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's the end of the game. They'll put a shovel into there. And then they're going to score points based on the number of cards they have under. So their lookout. So yellow will get 2 points. Can this player follow? Let's see real quick. No crown, no crown. That really ruined their plans of upgrading their fort. And crown, yes, we have a crown, but will it help us in any way? I mean, we might as well just to have put a card under there, right? And let's put, let's put the book, since we were a book person. And boom, just to say that we had done something. And sure, why not? They will follow and put, they'll follow and put ghost under there. Boom. Here we go. And that is the end of the game. They would have cleanup. They would have to draft a card. I don't really think it matters, but let's give them a glue. And that's the end of the game. Okay, so let's start here with the first player. They only got up to 1 point on their fort track. So they will add 1 point to that. Now let's see what their secret score or made up rule was. Big plans. Let's see what that is. At the end of the game, score 1 point for each fort action you have. And it does nicely say right here, you check your discard, your hand, your yard, your lookout. So even your yard if you hadn't cleaned it up. And it's cards that have it as an action, not the DIY perk. So they're talking about right here. This card would give you a free one-time use. That doesn't count. So they get 1, 2. Is that it? Really? I think the other card they had, like that they had got stolen. So that was very unfortunate for them. So they get 2 points from that, leaving them at 11 points. All right, let's go to us. We get 3 points from our fort. 1, 2, 3. Then, if we remember our made-up rule, at the end of the game, score 1 victory point for each book you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 6 is 11. Oh my gosh, we are tied. So we go here. 9 points for green. They jump way up. They have a great chance to win. Where is their made-up rule? It is loner. At the end of the game, score 5 victory points if you have no best friends left. So, you know how some of those cards will let you destroy your cards? Get rid of them. And they have, there's Ace right there. That's their best friend. And I think the other one is tucked under here, I believe. So they do not get those 5 points. That is very unfortunate. And they never had any of the cards, like this player had all the cards to destroy cards. Now let's go over here. They get 1 point. Can they pull out the victory with their made-up rule? Let's see what this is. Pizza party. At the end of the game, score 1 victory point for each pizza you have. That is not going to be enough. They cannot have enough pizza. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it is a tie. What do we do in ties? The player with the most victory points is the winner. If there is a tie, the tied player, very bottom of the page, with the highest fort level wins. If still tied, share the victory. Well, orange and the pink are tied, but I have a fort level 2. They have a fort level 1. So we won. We won by a tiebreaker. Now, I will say, I played this in 2-player, and the way the game ended was getting to points. I believe the score was like 28 to 27 at the end of the game. And I will say, first out, trying to learn the game, with 2 players, you can almost always follow the other player, but your turns may be small. You're going to have such a variety of cards if you don't draft. You're always got a bunch of cards out here. So even though there's only 3 cards here to look at, you've always got 3 or 4 cards here. And the first couple times you play it, it's a lot of symbols. This is awesome. This helps a lot. This is great. And there is one for each player. These are great. The card quality is great. Once you learn the symbols, it goes really quick. And you need to make people aware of these, okay, before the game starts. Because, for instance, this one here, if somebody gets this card, they need to know that they need something like this so they can trash their best friend cards. The tokens are awesome. This game doesn't do anything like super awesome new, super inventive, something you haven't seen, but everything it does well. The game did end pretty quick in 4-player because you must take a new friend every turn. And if you're just drafting from here, then the game will go quick. And if you purposely draft from other people to try to slow them down, that will slow the game down. So you have to balance that. I just really enjoy this game. I think it is really cool, especially for the price I paid. Got it on sale. I'm just so excited, and I really wanted to show this off because I heard a lot about it, but haven't seen a lot about it. So hopefully this will give you an idea if this is something that you would like. I enjoy quick, easy, fun deck builders, and this is a great one. Happy to have it. Happy to have you here watching along. Hope you enjoyed it. Please tune back in and stay safe out there. Stay healthy with the bad weather. I know I'm coming down with a little something, so y'all take care of each other. Look out for each other. Stay safe. God bless you, and come back real soon.